about they helped 50 with this, or Dre gave them in the club, or, you know what I'm saying? It's not about that. It's about us all making money and keeping it under one roof and everybody being successful.
On the Funkmaster Flex show, 50 Cent and G-Unit stated that the game was no longer part of G-Unit. That night at a concert in Long Beach, Game dissed all the members of G-Unit.
Do you think Game has a problem with the relationship that you have with the rest of the team?
I think he has a problem. I think he has a problem with my position. I think he'd like to be 50 Cent, like the head.
You know how sometimes you're in a situation where anything could spark something to happen. And it was there. It been there.
This has been one of my homeboys from, you know, the early stages of my career on the underground mixtape level. And Fat Joe is a dude who I got love for in the streets.
And I guess the spark was when Game said he didn't have no problem with Nas or them other guys. That was that spark that I guess that 50 felt was the last straw, and it was time to execute.
I felt like what he was saying was disrespectful on the radio, because everybody that I would have differences with at this point is cool with him.
While Game was overseas, he was hearing things that 50 was saying, and then the Vibe magazine came out.
I ain't been able to conjure up all the things that's been said and what's going on these radio stations, but I guarantee you when I find out, man, I'm gonna make my decision on, you know, what's my next move.
G-Unit is here, 50's here, and Game can be anywhere in between that and probably even bigger than that. And you can't suppress that. You can't suppress that with just G-Unit.
I wanted to be on Dre's level, on Eminem's level. I wanted to be respected as that. I don't think 50 respected me in that aspect. I think he wanted me to be a G-Unit soldier, which I'm not.
He got a whole coast that he represents. So it ain't the same thing. These ain't no guys out of your neighborhood in Queens. This is a guy who has a whole coast that didn't have anything for 10 years.
I don't even know how this whole beef came about with me and him, because we're all under the same roof. But he started it, and you know, I was ready to finish it.
Have you two tried to sit down or talk about it?
I haven't even had a conversation with him, but there's no beef for communication. Absolutely been that disrespectful. So this is it.
Many industry figures felt the beef was nothing more than a way to promote record sales. However, on a cold day in March, those industry figures would be proven wrong.
Well, a member of 50 Cent's entourage is recovering today from a gunshot wound. The 24-year-old Los Angeles man was reportedly shot in the leg last night while in the lobby of a Manhattan radio station.
We were in New York. We didn't have cars. We just hopped out of cabs, and we went up there trying to, you know, defuse something and talk to a guy that didn't want to talk. You know, he remained upstairs in the radio station and sent security down.
Police say a group was exiting the building. They were leaving and they started to argue, and someone pulled a gun. 50 was not injured during the incident. Victim is in stable condition. No arrests have been made.
And the security came down and they seen, you know, 30 Black Wall Street guys outside, and they start shooting at the ground. Some shots skidded up off the ground and hit my man in his leg a couple times.
Most news reports got the story wrong. When the dust had settled, it was discovered that it was actually the Game's friend who had been shot, not one of 50's entourage.
People say, you know, they like to say, well, 50 Cent, you know, shot one of Game's, you know, cohorts or whatever, but that's not what happened. 50 Cent went out the back door of the radio station, and his security, armed security, which were more than likely NYPD, came out. And were, you know, they felt they were scared. So they pulled out guns, and dude got to shooting at the ground, skidded up, hit Kevin. He was bleeding in the snow, and I feel embarrassed by what happened. And I felt like I let all my guys down, and leading them in that, you know, in that situation where we had to retreat because we were, you know, we were outgunned.
My whole thing to Game was